Yeah, good morning, everybody. Hello, good morning. How are we doing? Where are the rest of our people? The number is still low. Please, can you hear me very well? And can you also see my screen? Oh, thank you very much. Thank you. Good morning. Thank you. Yeah, my audio is perfect. Thank you. Let me check my video too. Please, can you see me? Please confirm this also. Can you also see me? Thank you, Tinuade. Thank you, Kende. Thank you, Modupe. Treasure Moses, thank you very much. Everyone, thank you. Thank you very much. We are starting in the next 5 minutes. We are waiting for more people to join us. Thank you. Mm. Yes, no sound for now. We are waiting for more people to join. I have not been speaking. All right. So let's give additional 3 minutes for them to join us so we can start. Thank you very much. How is Ethiopia? Meron. All right, good morning, everyone. Good morning. Please, can you still hear me? Can you see my image, my video, and my screen also?
Yes, you are loud and clear. Your screen is okay.
Wow, Nima.
Financial contingency planning. Good morning.
Thank you very much, my colleague. Good morning. Thank you. All right, everyone, good morning. Good morning from wherever you are joining. You knew me before. My name is Moses Oyegbade. I'll be your facilitator for today's training. All right, we are starting now. We have expected people to join, and the number is now reasonable. We can start. So, I think I would like to, as I normally do, I'll sample our knowledge. What do we know about? You might know it on the surface. You're allowed. There is no sin there. What do you understand by the word financial contingency planning? The word contingency, most especially. Just tell me in the chat before we go deeply into it. Thank you. Do you know what they call contingency? No wrong answer, no right answer. Okay, risk assessment and managing. All right, thank you. No idea. Okay, welcome Chinelu from Nigeria. Unforeseen expenses. Okay, contingency is planning the unexpected events. Okay, to handle unexpected financial problem. No idea. Mitigation of problems. Okay. All these ideas are good. Okay. Okay, very good. Planning for financial risk and unforeseen. Okay. Amount reserved for unseen costs during budgeting. Okay. Unplanned events. Okay. All right, we can stop it here. And Nima, I can see your hand again. Do you want to say something?
Oh no, I guess it was before now.
Okay, please let me to lower it so I don't get confused. Thank you very much. Okay, thank you. So we can start. Once again, my name is Moses Oyebade. I'm a finance associate with Impactor, and this is what we do. We get you educated on things bordering on financing and finances. Okay. Now, I'm here with my colleagues. I'm here with Ifeanyi and with Nima, then with Markets. They'll be in the comments attending to your concerns, and they'll be in the Q&A to attend to your questions. So please kindly put your questions in the Q&A while your concerns and comments will go to in the chat. Okay, we'll go to the chat so that we won't mix things up. We can attend to your questions without a miss. Now, I want to cast our mind back to our lesson for last week. We had the first lesson with regards to financials. We started with budgeting, and on Friday we did bookkeeping. So the two of them were packaged for you to kind of have a proper planning for your business. Okay. Now we are looking at a scenario when, as you planned it, things don't work as expected. All right. So you agree with me that we live in a world where things rarely go the way we plan it. And that is why it is so important to have a plan B, even plan C. All right. Plan C can be crucial in this regard for survival. Okay. Now, contingency planning can save your business from unforeseen scenarios that may come later in the future. Now, contingency planning is about planning for the unexpected, whether there's a sudden market downturn, natural disaster, a key supplier goes out of business, all of those, they present you with some challenges. They may be heavier than you at some point, and you have to tackle them. Okay. Now, how do you tackle them? By having a contingency plan in place. You are not only reacting to this crisis as it occurs, you are proactively planning for potential destruction. which can make a massive difference in minimizing impacts. Okay, now you have done your contingency planning, and it is considered a well thought out exercise. Okay, a well thought out exercise in regards of contingency planning ensures that your business can continue running, even when faced with the deadliest of challenges in this world in business. So, I believe I have given you the background of what we have to study today, this morning. Okay. Now, let's go to look at the contents of today's course. We are going to start with understanding the financial contingency plan. What is a financial contingency plan? Then we look at the importance of financial contingency plan. We also study the contents of a financial contingency plan. We look at contingency plan and look at what makes it up. What are the contents? What are the things you must find in a contingency plan? Then we end it on a step-by-step guide on how to create a financial contingency plan. Okay, so let's start to save our time. Now, as presented on your screen, just look below, look at the bottom of the screen. You are going to see 3 items. You are seeing planning, you are seeing protect your business. That is just the sequence. You plan to protect your business. Okay. Nima, please call me to order. When you cannot hear me again, let me know. All right.
All right.
I have limited internet around there. Thank you very much. Thank you. So we can go now. I said you're having 3 items featuring in financial contingency planning. And those are plan, protect your business. So you are planning to protect your business. Financial contingency planning is a proactive strategic process of identifying potential financial risk or such unexpected events in the future. You are assessing the potential impacts and you are developing a detailed, actionable roadmap of responses to maintain financial stability and ensure continuity of your operation. You are in business. You want to continue operating. And there are hydra-headed challenges that are coming to you from everywhere. So you want to predict when they will come and their potential damage that they could do to your business. Okay, so you're having a plan on how to tackle them as they arise. All right, so it is essentially a plan B, another plan. I call plan B, plan C, plan whatever. Okay, now, or a safety net for a business or individual financial hits. It's a plan B to safeguard your business against that financial shock that may come later to you. And it is designed to prevent unforeseen crises like economic downturn, natural disaster, job loss, a major unexpected expense from causing severe long-term financial distress, insolvency or bankruptcy for you and your business. All right. Now, I say again that financial contingency planning is a proactive strategy to prepare for and manage unexpected financial challenges or emergencies. And the meaning, summarily, it means having a plan B for your money to safeguard your financial stability against unforeseen events. So when we discuss financial contingency and we are discussing planning, essentially we are talking about planning, equipping yourself with shock absorbers, okay, from stress, from attacks that could come to you in form of business failure, in form of economic distress, in form of insolvency, bankruptcy, and all of those in the future. So it's as if you are taking a kind of vaccination against diseases that could come to you later in business. Most of them, you cannot predict them. They will just come to you, while most of them also you can predict. So having a plan B for your money to safeguard your financial stability against unforeseen events. And the purpose is to prevent unexpected costs or loss of income from derailing your long-term financial goals. We all in business, we have our goals, we have our highs on some milestones that we want to achieve in the future. Okay? And we can be derailed when there are challenges, when there are economic threats to that business. So we are now guarding against, we are preventing unexpected costs or loss of income that will arise from all these emergencies we are talking about. Okay? Now, the purpose of financial contingency planning, once again, is to prevent unexpected costs or loss of income from derailing your long-term financial goals and potentially leading to debts. Okay, so I believe I've explained everything about financial contingency plan. Taking strategic actions against unforeseen situations that may affect your business. And when they affect your business, it always comes in the negative side. They come to impact you negatively. Okay. So, what do you think? Why do you think we need a contingency plan? I want to see reactions in the chats. Why do we think we need a contingency plan? I want to see your reactions in the chats. We need a plan, all right, for contingency. Why do we need it? Thank you. Somebody said, I like the immunization example. Thank you very much. We have to relate it with something you can see, you can feel. Thank you. Okay, for unforeseen circumstances. Okay, to stay balanced in our businesses, for eventualities, yes, for business sustainability. To have a ready response to when problems occur. Yeah, I like that. I can stop at this and go into it. Someone said to have a ready response to tackle problems when they occur. That is the aim of financial contingency planning. You have a plan on grant in case they come, in case problems come from anywhere to harm your business. Okay? So you have a plan on grant to tackle them. So when you have a plan, you have a financial contingency planning already done. You are not just thinking about problems as they happen. You're already armed. You are like, you have ammunition already, only ready to fire when you need to fire. You want to, you have a newborn baby, okay? You are not taking vaccination in the hospital so that when any disease strike, they can be tackled because you are prepared for their coming, okay? So, let's go, okay? We are looking at importance of financial contingency planning, and I've categorized them into three, okay? The first one is it minimizes damage. The second, keep you operating, okay? And the third one reduces bad public relations, okay? Now, I'll be explaining them in total details in the next 5 minutes. I've said before that financial contingency planning can be likened to an insurance policy for your finances, transforming a potential catastrophe that will come to your business to a manageable setback by ensuring that you are ready for the inevitable situation, okay, that life or economy throws at you. You are presented externally with some challenges, some problems, but here you are ready for it. You are ready to contain everything relating to all those problems as they come. All right. Now, for businesses, it ensures your continuity in business. It provides a roadmap for maintaining essential operations and minimizing downtime during a crisis. Crises like natural disaster, supply chain disruption, key client loss, all of those, etc., etc. All right. The second thing to consider it mitigates financial loss. When we say mitigate in risk management, we mean it captures, it curtails financial loss. It puts financial loss under control. Okay, so it controls financial loss. By predefining strategies like emergency budgets, you have emergency budgets already, you have reserve fund, you have alternative credit line in case the one you are using now down tools, okay? Now, the plan minimizes the financial impact of unforeseen events. preventing panic, all right, or desperate costly measures that you may take when it captures you, when it meets you on the spot. All right, it reduces panic and speed up response. Clear pre-approved protocols mean that key personnel can react quickly and confidently, reducing chaos, enabling a faster, more effective recovery. All right, and it enhances stakeholder confidence. You are in business and you have stakeholders, maybe suppliers or people you supply. Okay, now having a documented plan demonstrates your preparedness and resilience to lenders. You want to borrow money from lenders, and they can see that, okay, you're already having a plan to tackle challenges as they happen. Okay, your investors can see, your suppliers can see, also your customers. And this can lead to better credit terms, lower insurance rates, and maintained business relationship. Everybody will have trust in you, from your lenders to your suppliers to your customers. All right. Then the chief of them is it protects your reputation. Okay. Now, your contingency plan, well detailed out, well mapped out, well planned, helps you to protect the company's public image and competitive standing. Here you are, ready to tackle challenges as they come, to tackle financial problems as they come. You have very good standing, okay, to resist any dent to your image, okay, and you are going to compete favorably in the markets. Then the last one, it identifies vulnerabilities. The process of creating plan forces an honest assessment of internal strengths. You are going to look inward this time around and look at your strengths within, your weakness within, okay? Allowing the business to address vulnerabilities before a crisis hits. You are going to look inward yourself when you are doing the planning. That's what are my strengths? What am I good at? What stands me out as a business owner or as a business, okay? What are my weaknesses? You know, when we discuss SWOT analysis, we are breaking them down into two. Strength, weakness, okay? Those are internal to you. That are internal to you. They are determined by you. You can decide to work on them to your advantage, okay? Because they rest with you. Now, what strength and weakness, okay? They are internal to you. Opportunities and threats are external. You can only conform yourself to the opportunities and threats outside there to make the best out of them. You have no control over those. But you internally, you can control your strengths, you can up your game, okay? You can tighten your security, you can make more streams of income so that you are guarding yourself against financial stress that may come to you later. So I want to read what is on my screen without explaining. So it minimizes damage. It helps you to quickly take steps to address a problem that could stop your production, that could shut down your website, that could cause you to lose your work and data and miss credit payments. Okay. Then the next one keeps you operating. Contingency plan. A carefully done contingency plan helps you to continue operations in case of temporary stop of operation due to lack of working capital, machinery breakdown, and office shutdown. Okay. Then the next one reduces bad public relations. It helps address, I think I've discussed this while I was explaining, it helps address a problem and allows you to communicate your response to a problem to relieve any concern, okay, that the problem might create for you. All right, so we go to the next slide. Yeah, here we are looking at the content of a financial contingency plan. We are looking at the contents. What are the things we are supposed to have in a contingency plan? You want to do your contingency planning. What are those items? What are those key areas you need to address in this regard when you are doing this? The first one is considered emergency fund and the cost management is the second. Those are the two key things you need to find, you need to do in your financial contingency plan. All right, at this point, before we go into this, I'll be inviting any willing person, any willing participant here to, we want to discuss. I like this session to be participatory so that we rub minds and get ideas from the potent. I will teach you, you are going to teach me also. So any willing person, kindly raise your hand so that you can speak. Have you found yourself in a situation before that you had to deal with, that caught you unawares before you had a solution to the problems? From anywhere, please. I want a narration, a very quick narration of some scenario. Can anyone just raise hand and I'll give you access to speak? All right. I saw one person just now. All right, Ijoma. Please, you're allowed to talk now. Kindly unmute and go ahead.
Hello, good morning. Can you hear
Good morning, ma. Good morning.
Okay, my name is Ijoma Vanessa, and I'm based in Cameroon.
All right, ma.
Yeah, so most often than not, I'm a mother of 4. So most often than not, I found myself in a situation where I I I do not have finance to be able to cater for either one or two of my children. And the thing is, it always happens like simultaneously. Their ages are almost, you have 1 year differences. And so when one person is sick, it's most often than not everybody or 2 or 3 people that are sick. So it's a situation that constantly happens to me. I've observed for some time, and then I was able to put in place. I don't know whether it's an emergency fund, but just always make sure that even if we have no food, there should be some money somewhere just in case somebody is running a 41-degree temperature. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much. Very, very relevant example there. Thank you, Madam Ijoma. Thank you. Yeah, up to you, Mashood Mejigbedu. Madam Vanessa, please.
Hello, sir. Yeah,
Can mute
my
now.
name is. Can you hear me now?
Very well, sir. Please go ahead. Thank you.
Okay. It happens that we plan to produce watermelon for Ramadan period. So
Okay.
we have plan ahead. We have our drip irrigation. We have our borehole. So all of a sudden, we just have a heat wave that happened, and at the same time, hike in foil price. So the only option for us was that we could have put in place a solar pumping system that we can leverage on the sun and continue with our businesses. But unfortunately, it affected our business that we lost about 75%. But now, when we are doing the this year budget, the first thing we bought was the solar water pump.
Wow.
Thank you.
That's a good one. Thank you, Mr. Mashood. Please, any other one? Any other person? Okay, Madam Mudupe Adelaja. Please, you are free to speak. Please speak. Hello, Madam Mudupe. Please go ahead. Okay, any other person? Any other person that wants to speak? Kindly raise your hand so I can promote you to speak. I can give you access. We have time to discuss. I want us to rub mind. We are learning from both ends. Hello, Nima. Hello, Nima. Please, can you help me to enable Madam Mudupe to speak? Okay, I think I can just continue. Then I will have a stop another time so that we can rub minds. Okay. Okay, so other people. Trust. Omoyenike. Hello, Trust. Good morning. Please, you can go ahead.
Hi, good morning. Can you hear me clearly?
Very well, ma. Good morning.
So recently, because I work as part of an NGO team,
okay,
most of our funds were coming from USAID. So even when we were having funds from other contracts and bodies who were willing to assist with, our focus was more on USAID that was coming in. And it's affected us when the new US regime had to come with USAID aid that was seized and had to be re-strategized. 75% of activities was cut off. Country offices were closed down. In fact, it wasn't just loss of job. Full country offices, about 5, had to be shut down because there were no contract and funds to subsidize. So if we had an emergency fund or a subsidiary fund coming in from another contract, I think we would have been able to do better for times like this.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you very much. Thank you. We are going to deal with that as we proceed. Thank you very much. All right, Madam Udupe, I can have you now. Please go ahead. Or Madam Ruth, please go ahead. We have about 5 minutes to do this. Okay, Madam Ruth, please go ahead.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning, ma. Good morning.
Good morning, sir. My name is Ruth, and I'm a finance specialist. I think the situation I had was when we had this humanitarian fund cut, where during the Donald Trump executive order, all issue termination letters to go home. And then in that situation, I had a lot of colleagues who, complained they didn't have any emergency funds. But as at the time, I've been able to put up aside emergency fund because I had a situation where I had one of my daughter admitted, and my other daughter had a ruptured appendicitis, and at that time I didn't have a dime anywhere in my account. And after going through that situation, I had to go get loan to be able to see how to remedy the situation. And after that situation, I understood what emergency funds, and I had to go ahead to phone. Wow. So when we had that situation, and we had that situation where we all issued termination letters, not because we had issues with the job or because of the executive order that was ordered by Donald Trump. And then I had a lot of colleagues who went into depression as a result of that. So I have come to understood what contingency plan is and why emergency funds is very important.
Very crucial. Thank you very much, ma. Thank you very, very much. All right, over to Lillian. Lillian, please, can we have you? We are stopping at the next 3 people. Lillian, please, go ahead. Thank you, Madam Ruth. Hello, Lillian. Please, can you go ahead? Okay, you can unmute now and speak. Lillian Umecha.
Yes, hello, good morning, sir. Can you hear me?
Very well, please. You are loud and clear.
Yes, I want to have the experience. Yeah, when my sister was pregnant, I was actually working with ITEL Mobile at that time. And it happened that for some time, for like 2 months, they didn't pay the salary because some of us, they wanted us to change our account, the salary account. So because of the change, that was what caused the delay in salary payment. So, and I actually had this habit of keeping money in my wardrobe, and when I keep it, I make sure I don't remember I keep such money. And during that time, my sister was in labor, and we just needed that money at that particular time. And I was actually wondering that I have this money that I kept, I always keep in my wardrobe, and that money actually saved us a lot of challenges, but it was actually very handy. So that's my own experience. Thank you.
Thank you, Madam Ruth. Madam Lillian, thank you very much. Thank you. All right, over to another person. Dennis, please, can you speak now? Dennis, please go ahead. We are stopping at the next person after Dennis. Please unmute and speak. I've enabled you.
Hello.
Hello, good morning.
Yes, in my country, it's already afternoon. I'm from Uganda.
Oh, good afternoon, madam.
My story is like I started business and I was once managing some big hotel. So my tragedy happened in a way that I got robbed. In fact, when those robbers came, I was the one in charge that time. So the losses all were on me. So what I had to do was to refund whatever losses. So to me, it was just the same thing we're talking to. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you for your contribution also. Everyone has spoken very well. Let me take the last person. I'll take Chinalu. Chinalu, please. Please come on. You are unable to speak already.
Okay. Can you hear me?
Very well, please. Go ahead.
Okay, so I'm Chinalu from Nigeria. Okay, so I happen to be a member of a planning committee for a conference that we had last year at my organization. We had planned to invite some certain keynote speakers for the 3 days for the conference. And we reached out to them and finalized arrangements, some sort of, and just a day or so, and then we learned that about 2 or more of the keynote speakers were not showing up. And at that point in time, it was terrible because there was no backup plan for keynote speakers or people that could step in because they were very critical topics they were to handle. So that helped us this year. For one particular sport, we had to reach out to more than 3 people for that sport, and then we tell them that we have 3 options in case the first person doesn't turn out, then you'll be on standby. So similar thing happened, but this time around, when we received the information that this person won't be showing up, the other 2 people online, they have already started doing something. So it was very easy for us, we didn't feel the embarrassment and the shock and all that.
Wow.
So
Wow.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. Thank you. All right, please, you can come on the final person, the last person, Amuge Grace. We are going to stop at you. Please come up so we can have you and conclude.
Thank you. Good afternoon, everyone.
Good afternoon.
Thank you so much. Are you hearing me?
Very well,
So
please.
this is Grace from Uganda. My scenario could be of everyone. I'm a wife. So one day my mother-in-law bumped into the house, and that time we're already having supper. You can never plan for someone who is a visitor. Her first explanation was, I tried reaching you, all of you people, you couldn't pick your phones, and so forth. And being in the village, her battery was off. So she had come, she was very sick, she needed help. But I just remember that whenever my husband gives me money, I have some small money that I always keep it out. So that is money I picked, then we rushed to the hospital. So now this session mostly has helped me to always continue to have something outside. Thank you.
Thank you, madam. Thank you so much. So I think I'll take, okay, let me take Madam Modupe Adelaja last, then we proceed. I need you to talk. You are enabled already. Modupe Adelaja, please come on. Hello. Okay. Hello, Modupe Adelaja. You are enabled already. I think my computer is asking me to just continue, not to take other opinions again. I'll come back to this. I'll come back to this, everyone. So thank you for your active participation so far. I sincerely appreciate this. That means people are ready to learn and people are ready to teach me also, and people are there and people are really there to with their total attention. I sincerely thank you. So I can relate that from Cameroon to Nigeria to Uganda, the experience is the same because we live in a world of uncertainty. Uncertainties come without us beckoning, without us inviting it. So it comes to us all the time, whether we like it or not. And I could see that the first speaker itemized her experience based on her personal life, and I think about two other people too, based on their personal lives. So the next person, duet on business, that was Mr. Mashood about the watermelon business. Okay, so let's go down to the game, and then we are coming back to people speaking again. All right, so I said before that as part of your contents, the contents of your emergency plan, financial contingency plan, you are going to have emergency fund and cost management. Those are the two areas you can immediately tamper with so that you can have a kind of shock absorber that will absorb your shock for you in case the problems come in any form to affect your finances, okay, and to put you in some level of confusion. Most of the time at the extreme. They affect us extremely. So we are considering first the emergency fund. I'm going to be breaking them down one after the other. So the chief of them is the emergency fund. Okay. Now, it has to be understood that emergency fund is not the entire financial contingency plan, but it's a part. All right. But rather, it's the cornerstone and the first line of defense. They are your first line of soldiers to face financial difficulty. They are considered the cornerstone and the first line of defense within a broader, multifaceted strategies. There could be a combination of many strategies, but the first line of action, when they go to war, they push some very junior officers in the front, and they go. I mean, they outnumber the officers. For example, people that will be in the front line in the army when they go to war. If a composition of about 100 soldiers, 100 army officers go to war, the frontliners that will combat the enemy directly, they could be like 8. The second liners could be like 10. Third liner could be like 5. And the last one, 5. Do you understand? The chief of them will be at the back. But the people that will do the work, that will combat the enemy, that will bring the enemy down, will be at the front. So no army anywhere in the world jokes with all those battle ready soldiers that are equipped to face the enemy frontally. Okay, they call it frontal attack. I face you, you face me. So emergency fund is not the entire financial contingency plan, but it is rather the cornerstone and first line of defense within a broader, multifaceted strategy. Now, for both individuals, as we could see in the sampling of the opinions, sampling of people's experiences, the 5 or 6 scenarios painted, 5 or 6 samples we made, we could see that about 3 of them were personal experiences, about 2 of them were business, while the last one fell in the other category. Now, for both individual and businesses, the financial contingency plan is a strategy. An emergency fund is a liquid resource that makes the strategy immediate. As I explained before, it is considered the frontliner in the battlefield. Use it to combat the situation first. Okay. Now, so again, I'm stressing that emergency fund is a liquid resource that is that is available immediately to combat that problem. All right, so emergency fund is a dedicated pool of cash that provides immediate financial stability that you require to make a manageable crisis to manage a manageable crisis without having to take a very long walk or costly decisions, like selling of your assets at a loss and taking high interest debts. You know, when you need money in business, you could be stranded to the level of thinking you want to sell your car, you want to sell any of your assets, any of your property. Okay. You could get to a level that you get stranded to that point that you want to think about selling for cash, selling your assets for cash, or you go to a lender and they present you with any interest rate, any conditions, because you are desperate, because you are in problem already. You just take high debts, high interest debts. For example, if in your country, the interest rate that is obtainable, that is reasonable, is about 15%. When you are desperate, you can be presented with a loan of 40%. And because you have no reserve, you have no emergency fund anywhere, you are just stranded. You can take that debt and that will put you in serious mess along the line. All right. So we are going to also talk about emergency fund as a ammunition. I think I like to use a military example to describe this thing. It is the ammunition, and the financial contingency plan is the is the rifle. It is the rifle. You know, ammunitions are bullets that you put in the rifle. Okay. Financial emergency fund is considered to be the ammunition in this regard that you put in the rifle with the hope of shooting at your enemy, which is the financial difficulty that is coming to you. All right, financial emergency coming to you. And the tactical guide when and how and where to fire. You are waiting to fire. So emergency fund is considered bullets. Your plan is broader and it's considered the rifle, all right? And you are waiting to shoot as the enemy shows face, as the enemy appears. So this paints the whole picture. So let's consider, so emergency fund, as I've explained before, is a pool of fund readily accessible for you to tackle whatever is coming to you as financial difficulties. Okay. Now, what are the purposes? What are the features of emergency fund? The first thing we talk about is the purpose. And the purpose is to cover essential operating expenses. Those are immediate things you need to attend to, like your payroll, your rent, your utilities. And during an unforeseen crisis, such as sharp revenue decline, economic downturn, and major unexpected costs, for example, equipment failure, natural disaster, all of those, you are going to use that fund to effectively tackle, okay, these particular areas. And we consider the size also. Most experts recommend saving enough to cover the first 3 to 6 months of your business minimum fixed operating costs. Fixed operating costs, they are those costs that you must pay, whether you produce or you don't produce. Those are like rents, your salaries to your workers that are salaried. Okay, the expectations have to be met. You have to discharge those obligations, whether you like it or not. So for the first 3 to 6 months, when the problems come, experts have recommended that you have to tackle them for the first 3 to 6 months. So hoping that you are going to get your traction after then. You will know where you go after then. But immediate response has to come within 3 to 6 months of your business operations to attend to your fixed operating expenses. Then we talk about liquidity. The fund must be held in a secure, highly liquid account. You want to do an emergency fund. It has to be kept in a purse that you can approach anytime, that you can dip and tackle, because you have fixed the money in a fixed account that you cannot have access to until next year. And we're in October, problem is coming to you in November. How do you tackle that? So it has to be in a purse It has to be in a safe that you can always go to when the problems come. If it comes now, so you can go there now. If it comes tomorrow, you can go there now. All right. Then contingency role. It prevents the business from having to resort to immediate drastic measures like layoff. You don't send away your staff. You don't sack anybody. Okay. You don't get, as I explained before, killing loans that will kill you, that will kill your business. You don't rush to them. Or selling crucial assets. You don't get to sell your factory. You don't get to sell your vehicles, your machineries. You keep them safe while you dip your hand in your emergency fund you have reserved. It is considered a cash reserve. And I said before, if you remember, that it is like ammunition for you that you want to shoot as your enemy as they show face, as they present themselves to you. You attack them frontally. All right, so we have discussed emergency fund. Now let's go to the other one, which is, okay. The other one is cost management. I said before that the contents of financial contingency plan, they are just two. The first one, emergency fund. And the second one, you are looking at the costs in your business, the cost in your personal life, the cost in your national life, as the case may be. And you want to see how you can manage those costs. Now, cost management as a financial contingency plan is a preemptive, structured approach to rapidly and strategically reduce, all right, defer or eliminate business expenses. Remember in our budgeting class, we mentioned things like your items, your expense items that you can reduce. Expense items you can postpone, that is defer. And the expense items you can outrightly cancel, you can remove, okay? In this case, we call it eliminate, all right? You are looking at expense items you can reduce, defer, eliminate when a crisis of financial shock occurs. The primary goal is to conserve the business cash reserve and extend its operation runway, okay? It's a critical component of financial resilience because it ensures that expense reductions are strategic and not panicked. By that, we mean you have planned ahead before problems come to you. Not that you are responding as they come. No, there has been planned on grant. Now, we consider the key elements of contingency cost management. You want to do contingency cost management. In what forms do you do them? What are the key features? What are the key things that must be there? I'm going to be explaining all this, but let me just itemize them for you. The first one is emergency or lean budget. Okay. I said before in the last training about budgeting, I said lean budgeting is a budgeting that addresses waste. You do not allocate resources to any stream that doesn't prove that I'm not going to waste this resource. So you allocate resource only to income generating, value giving streams. That is lean budgeting. All right. The second one is defining financial triggers. I'm going to be explaining it. Negotiating and restructuring. So now let's go deeper into it. So when we say emergency fund, key elements of contingency cost management. A robust cost management contingency plan is built on those three I listed before. And I said the first one is emergency or lean budgets. Now, what do we mean by this? We mean this is a predefined survival mode budget that a company can switch to instantly. And as I said before, you are allocating resources to only revenue generating, only value giving streams, only. So you are in survival mode. You want to only allocate resources to those streams alone because you are very certain they are bringing value to you. All right. Now, the first thing to do here is to identify tiers of costs. You have to classify your expenses into categories to establish a clear order of reduction. You look at the essential costs. For example, the payroll, the rent, the utility minimums that you must just pay. You have no choice, okay, which must be paid. You look at the one you can defer, deferred costs. You can defer marketing costs. You can defer all these casual labors. You can defer them. You can defer staff training, okay? All of them can be put on pause temporarily. At least you return to them when you are buoyant again. Now, the ones you can eliminate, I want to tell you that the ones you can eliminate, okay? For example, you can eliminate traveling. You want to consider going for December break, December whatever, in Mauritius. You want to go to Kenya to go and see their safari or something. You can eliminate that, at least for now. Okay? You can cut them off immediately. You now focus yourself on the variable costs. I said in the budgeting class that variable costs are those costs that must be incurred for you to be in business. Okay? Without variable costs, you are doing nothing. You are not doing anything. So you have nothing to do than to just spend in that regard if you want to keep being in business. All right? The initial target is usually variable costs, okay? Expenses that change with your activity. If you do so much, it goes up. If you do less, it comes down, okay? Now, you have to attend to that first, okay? Now, I said we have to define financial triggers, okay? The plan specifies that exact conditions that will activate the cost-cutting measures. This removes ambiguity and force immediate action. All right. Now, examples of financial triggers. I'm going to be giving them to you one by one. We all know the meaning of triggers. Triggers are things that can cause something to either go up or down, to dwindle, so to speak. All right. Monthly revenue drops by a specific value for 2 consecutive months. We are seeing that there is danger already looming. Okay. Now, your cash runway, emergency fund and cash at hand, as you may decide to call it, or cash on hand, can cover less than maybe 2 months of expense operating. You are seeing the signal already. And let us consider this major event that a government mandates forces a shutdown or a primary supplier goes bankrupt. One of your primary suppliers goes bankrupt and you are left with no supplier. There's a crisis already. Now, the third one, negotiating and restructuring. This plan includes your pre-written protocol for engaging external partners to lower fixed costs. You engage your supplier or your vendor in negotiation, your landlord and your lenders, you engage them in communication, your personnel, you engage them. A plan for managing labor costs, which can include temporary hiring, reducing hours. If you are the type that hires based on the hours worked, you can hire and reduce the working hours, okay? So all those attend to the triggers, so to speak. All right, so moving to the next, we are talking about, okay, I would like you to pay attention, very much attention in this parts. We are looking at the contents of a financial contingency plan further. All right, a contingency plan is not fixed for every business. Mr. Mashood was in watermelon making business. Some people can be in bakery business, while some can be in cosmetics making business. Some can be in building materials, supply, or block making. All of those are different fields, different businesses. Now, you have to build your emergency fund within 5 to 10% of your income. All right, building that should sustain you when we talk about your contingency plan. And it depends on a number of factors because businesses vary. The risk associated, they vary. Your goals vary. Your savings vary. And the nature of the business, they also vary. So you are going to do things not exactly like your friend, not exactly like your neighbor. So we consider the first one. when we talk about your goal, why are you doing this? Why are you in this business? Okay, your company's specific goal determines the purpose and maximum size of the fund. Mr. Mashood's goal is different from my own goal in my own personal business. So I will not liken myself to Mr. Mashood, okay, because our situations are different. I have to attend to my own issue in my own way. And what will determine this? I'll consider things like, am I considering survival? Or do I want to tap an opportunity? Do you only want to cover the essentials to avoid bankruptcy? Or do you want a large enough reserve to seize a market opportunity? What is my own goal? What is my aim? Am I limiting myself to escaping bankruptcy? Or I want to capture a market? So what will inform my emergency fund would be looking inward, looking at my own business first, looking at my goal, what I want to do, why am I in this business, what do I want to achieve, okay? The next one is your primary goal will be to cover some specific runway, okay? For example, I said before that you have to tackle first your 3 to 6 months operating expenses. And if this is your case, it becomes your target figure that you are going to build on. All right. Now, if you want to retain your stakeholders' confidence, that could be your goal also. Okay. You want to maintain investor and lender confidence, and this may require you to target a higher reserve amount than purely necessary for operations. If my goal is to tackle my operations, to keep me in business, to avoid bankruptcy, I'm going to be needing amounts that will be different from if my goal is to retain my stakeholders' confidence, to get along with my suppliers, my business associates very well. So the needs will just be different. We have no choice. All right. Now, the second point is your savings. We are going to be talking about how quickly do you save? How quickly do you assess the savings if crisis come? All right. Now, this factor refers to your current financial capacity. You have to look at your profitability and cash ratio, cash flow. Okay. And this dictates how quickly you can build the reserve. How fast, how soon can I build this reserve? How fast can I do this emergency saving? Okay. And this will be informed by your profit margin. It's going to be informed by your cash flow consistency. How often do you get money in? Do you get money in consistently, or it varies, or it comes and ceases? Okay. Now, businesses with volatile and lumpy cash flow, for example, your project-based work, you only get money only when there are projects. Okay. They must be disciplined about setting aside cash from large payments. You know that you don't have steady income. You don't have steady cash flow that comes in regularly. They come and they pause. For a long time again, they will come and they pause. But when they come in very large volume. So as they come in very large volume, you are going to save very large from that large volume. Okay? Now, then we go to the next one to save our time. And the next one is the nature of your business. I said natures differ. Natures of business differ. Okay? Your own business is different from my own. Okay? Now, businesses with high fixed costs, for example, those people that have to service their labor because the labor, they are unionized. Those that use specific equipment that they have to spend a lot of money in that regard. They require larger emergency fund because these expenses cannot be cut in a crisis. You do not cut them in a crisis. If you are cutting them, that means you are hurting your process. Okay, so you have to save heavily to meet up with your high demanding fixed costs. Okay, now let's look at risk associated with your business. A business in agriculture, for example, like Mr. Mashood's business, a business operating with perishable goods, perishable farm produce. Okay, the risk there is so much. And another one is people I could sample opinion of two people that work with NGO. Okay, they said their NGO suffered some crisis when policies changed from America, from the funding countries. This happens so well. So you can see the risk associated with those businesses. They come in different magnitudes at different levels. Okay. Now, what are the things to consider when you talk about the risk associated with your business? You consider the industry volatility. Okay, how volatile is this industry? Businesses in high cyclical industries, for example, hospitality business, hotels, and all of those, oil and gas, luxury goods, they face higher risk from economic downturns and should target a larger reserve. Okay, this larger reserve should typically attend to about 9 to 12 months of their expenses. You know, I said before that the standard should be 3 to 6 months, but because their own is so volatile, it has to be extended period because they operate in highly volatile sphere. Okay, 9 to 12 months of expenses should be in their sights. All right. Also, we are going to consider geographical risk. Sorry, please. Businesses located in areas that are prone to natural disaster or dependent on unstable supply face high operational risk and must build a robust fund to cover immediate recovery. You know yourself that my business is in a highly risky area, in natural, an area prone to natural disaster. So you know yourself. So your mind should be on raising a fund that will cater for that problems when they come. Okay, so when the problem come, has been envisaged passively by you, you are going to attend to it because you know within yourself that you operate in a risk-prone, natural disaster-prone area. All right, the time is 6 minutes past 11 Lagos time. So we are going to look at the next thing on this table, and I'll sample again for the next 5 minutes. What do you think should be found in a contingency plan? What do we think should be found in a contingency plan? This time around, just type in the chat. I'll see it. How would be carried along. Okay, someone said, Asabu said emergency fund. Emergency fund. Okay, please keep it coming for the next 2 minutes. Cost management, expenses. Okay, existing crisis and available funds. Action plan. Okay. Okay. Survival strategy. Smart one. Very good. Miscellaneous. Debt management. Emergency fund. Purpose and scope. Wow. Yeah, people are driving me to where I want to go. Thank you very much. People are really following. Emergency fund and cost management. Thank you. Risk assessment. Oh yeah, thank you very much. Risk assessment. Okay, thank you very much. Budget allocation, emergency fund. All right, we can halt it. We can bring it to a close here. Let me go to the next item to study. All right, I'm very glad people are following me. I'm so glad you are participating so actively. Thank you for your time. Thank you for coming. So we go to the next item, which is the very last item to consider also. All right. Am I pressing? Okay, so we look at the last area to study in this our discussion. So we are looking at the ways, the steps, chronological steps in creating financial contingency plan. All right, and I've listed 6 steps for you. You may need to please either screenshot this page or you write them down because they are just in sequence. Okay. Now, the first one is to identify the risk. Risk, if I want to define it to you, for you in a layman's word, is the chance that your business will not go the way you want it. Risk is the chance that business will not yield as expected, the way you want it. So you have to narrow down your company's risk to 5 or 6. Risks are so many. Okay, if I begin to list, I can list 40 risks that can come to your business. But you have to narrow them to the immediate 6 that come with greatest danger. All right. The next thing to do is to analyze the cost. And the next, after that, you track the indicators, you set the actions, you analyze your financial profile, and you build emergency fund. All right. So these are the 6 steps in creating financial contingency plan. In the next 20 minutes, 15 minutes, I'll manage time so that you can have time to ask questions. I'll be dealing with them one by one. And I start with identify risk. Okay. Now, this is the initial step, and it involves you brainstorming and cataloging. You want to catalog every potential threats that could negatively impact your business financial stability. All right. And as I said before, that you are going to do SWOT analysis. You look inward and you look outward. When you look inward, you look at the strength, weakness. You look outward, you look at opportunities and threats. So you are going to do the same when you want to identify your risk. Risk can come from you internally, and it can come from outside. So I'll be giving you examples of risk that will be coming to you from yourself, from you and your business. Okay. Now, when you go internal, you look internally. You look at loss of a key executive in your team, a pillar in your business, a pillar in your company, got out of the business, resigns. Okay, it is considered a risk for you because the contribution of that person will be paused, will not be there again. The person will be missed, the expertise will be missed. All right. Another example is equipment failure. You have very good equipment with which you work and make money, but it fails you. All right. You consider fraud. You have a staff that you trust so much in your accounting department, and the person defrauded you to the tune of millions of naira. It's a problem that could put you in some stoppage of your operation. All right. Then the last one to consider in this regard, let me just give you one more, is supply chain disruption. People that supply you, there's seizure in getting your raw materials. Okay. So let me stop at that for examples of failures we can experience in form of risk internally. I said before that internal risk are internal to you. They are internal to your company, to your business. The external one now, you are going to consider things like economic recession. Nobody has control over it. It is coming presented to us by the larger economy, by the macro economy. Talk about natural disaster. You talk about epidemic. You talk about COVID-19. When we discuss things like this, COVID-19 should readily come into our mind because that came recently, about 4 years ago, 5 years ago, and it got across everywhere globally, everywhere in the world. All right. Then the next thing to consider is major competitor entry. Another giant, another Dangote of Nigeria is coming to your industry. You are going to get problem because the person can come with some price reduction, will give you some headache, and will take away your customers, will take away your cash flow, would put you at some financial distress. So those are external problems. And another one is regulatory changes. There could be any legislation from the government that we want this thing to be done this way. You have to stop the former ways of doing things. All those are stress that are coming externally. Okay. Now, in identifying your risk, you have looked internally and you have looked externally. What is the goal? Why do you want to do this? It is to create a competitive and comprehensive risk register. You want to register all of them so that you know your enemies, you know where they are coming from. All the Ukraine, they know the Russia. Do you understand? All the Gaza, they know Israel. On and on, like that. Okay, so you have to create a comprehensive risk register, and you have to prioritize risk based on their potential severity. You have two countries to fight with. For example, God forbid, Nigeria wants to fight with a country, a neighboring country, small country like Ghana. And we want to also fight with a country like America. We can say at this point that, okay, we are leaving how to tackle Ghana for later. We have to tackle the bigger problem, which is America, that can consume the whole of Nigeria within 2 seconds. So you concentrate on the bigger one and leave the smaller one. That is why you need to rank your risk according to the danger they are coming with, the possibility of danger they can carry. All right, so having known all the risk and where they could come from, you have to analyze the causes. Okay, you have to know what causes what. If this is coming, what could be the problem? I mean, what could be the trigger? What could cause this? So for each major risk that you have identified, you must determine why it would happen and how it will cause financial damage. When will it happen? Why will it happen? Then when it comes, to what extent can this damage me and my business? Okay? Now, this step moves beyond just naming the risk to understand its mechanisms. You are not just naming, now you are analyzing. You want to see what can cause this, okay? And for example, I'll give you an example now. In your business, you notice a sharp decline in your revenue. Your revenue on and on, 2024, 2023, they have been static, like around $2 million, $3 million. You now notice in 2025, you have not done more than $1,000. I mean, sorry, $1 million. A very sharp drop from the past one. Okay, you now look internally. What caused this? This comes to you analyzing. You have known that you have a problem with your cash flow. Now, what caused this is the next thing to do. You address the cause. Okay, now a sharp decline in your revenue. Okay, and the causes could be maybe another giant like our Dangote in Nigeria, an unexpected competitor that's come into the business. Okay, or you have lost your relevance over time, or there is economic recession in your country or globally. There has to be a cause for every risk, every problem. So you have to know. Now, what is the goal in analyzing the cause, in tracing the cause? It will give you the understanding, okay, to know the root causes, okay, and design specific mitigation strategies to help you remain your relevance in the business. Okay, now you have spotted the problem and you have known the cause. Then you can now develop a resistance against it in form of your mitigation strategy. How do I want to arrest this situation? It comes to that. So item number 3, I want to really keep time. I don't want to tie you down. Item number 3, you have identified the risk and you have analyzed the causes. The next thing to do is to track indicators. Okay, when this problem is coming, what are the signals I could see? What are the signals I need to be seeing before? I mean, that will make me to know that problem is coming. All right. And this involves establishing early warning signs, early warning systems. You have to monitor the specific metrics that signal an approaching risk. When these problems come, they don't just come. They come with some signals sent to you ahead of time. You must have received some signals ahead of time. All right. It doesn't just start and capture you like that. There have been signals maybe you are ignoring or you are not paying attention. Okay. Now, indicators are specific and measurable data. For example, your non-financial or your financial, they will come. There will be signals all the time. And I will give you an example. Example is, for example, you notice a sudden drop in your daily sales outstanding. Daily sales outstanding refers to late payments from your customers. People that took away your goods did not pay on time. Okay? You notice that you have to look inward. What caused this? So it's a sign that you are going to have crisis. People that pay as they carry your goods before, as they get supplied, now they are delaying your payments. And your credits, your DSO, daily sales outstanding, is now on the rise. It's a signal to you that any moment from now, you are going to be in some financial mess. And why do I have to track the indicators as a business person willing to create a financial contingency plan? The goal is to give me my management the time to activate the contingency plan before the situation becomes a full-blown emergency. All right, and thus preserving the emergency fund. I would have gotten myself prepared, okay, so that immediately the problem comes, I will just absorb, not that I will start to face the problem when it has come already. All right, then the next one, build emergency fund. This is the step of creating primary. We have discussed this already. I don't need to go over it again so that I can save our time. Analyze your financial profile. I will explain this. This is an in-depth review to understand the business current financial vulnerabilities and strengths. I said before that personally or in your business, everybody, every entities have their strengths, have their weakness. Okay? Now, what are you to analyze in this regard? You want to analyze your financial profile. What do you analyze in this regard? You are going to analyze your cash flow patterns. How do my incomes, how do they come? Is it regularly or with some stops? Are they just regular or with some seizures at some point? Okay. You have to analyze your debt service requirements. Analyze the debts and what you have to do, all the credit obligations on your neck. You just have to analyze them. You have to analyze your existing lines of credits and the composition of expenses. What are my expenses? Okay, what are my expenses? How much goes into fixed cost? How much goes into variable cost? So you have to know how your financials before you have to tackle the problem, before you create the contingency plan. And what action do you take in this regard? You have to determine the break-even point. Break-even point refers to the minimum revenue that you have to make to cover your costs, even though you are not making profits. Your revenue must be equal to your costs. That is break-even point. Okay, so that you don't run at a loss. The worst case scenario you can have is to have no loss or no profits. Okay. So what is the goal here? The goal is to determine exactly how much pain you have to suffer. Okay. You have to suffer, you have to endure, where the most effective cost reduction can be made. If you reduce your costs, either you tamper with your fixed costs, you tamper with your variable costs, you would have known ahead of time that if I tamper with this, if I draw this down, I'm going to suffer this pain at least for this little time. So you would have known everything you need to know. You'd have had all the complete knowledge before executing your plan, your financial contingency plan. And the chief of them, the very last one there is to, apologies, my system is malfunctioning. My computer is misbehaving. If I please get set. Hey, what is bringing this? I want to move to the next slide. Why is this coming up? What's going on? Ifeanyi, please, are you there? Please, can I still be heard?
Loud and clear, Moses. Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah.
Nima, please, can you still hear me?
Can you hear me, Moses?
Oh, I'm frozen already.
No, you are not. You are not. We can hear you.
I can hear you. We can hear you.
Hello, Nima. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Hi,
I can hear
Moses.
you.
Can be heard.
I can hear you. I can hear you, but I can't see your screen.
Okay. Okay. Hello, Moses. Can you hear?
Please complete that. My system has.
Okay.
Please. My system has frozen.
Hello, everyone. Please let's give it a little time. I'm going to come back on board. It has network here.
Sure. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes, I can see you.
Okay. Good. So I think Moses is having issues with his network. So and good thing that this is actually the last slide. So and we have barely 3 minutes to run this down. So I think where did he stop? I think he stopped with you analyzing your financial profile. Yeah.
Yeah.
Good. So so in analyzing your financial profile, I don't think it is actually another person. So maybe the flow might be actually different. Good. But we've been following and we actually know how an in-depth explanation has actually been given us. So you need to use all your financial planning, all your financial planning tools to detail your operations, including cost, your cash flow, and your position. So first of all, you know your financial profile. You need to analyze how you're doing with these your basic financial tools that you need, that you have in your business already, to detail and know how your competitive position is. You get, yeah. So then you track your indicators. Okay, we've actually discussed the track. Okay, you build emergency funds. That can even in our daily lives, even in our family lives or personal lives. I know most of us, we have funds for emergency. So you also need to do that in your business. So how much do you have? How much do you have in cash reserves? In case, which assets do you know that is actually are indispensable? Do you understand? That needs to be protected no matter what. So this is also one of the things you need in creating. This is one of the factors or one of the things you need to know when you are creating your financial contingency plan. Yeah. So at this point, I will like to get our questions, whether we have any questions. Our time is fast spent already. Do we have any questions? Any points? I know the professor has actually do very good work on this topic. So any question or any contribution when it comes to building or creating a financial contingency plan. Actually, we actually need to have a contingency plan in our business no matter what. Though the breakout of COVID-19 has actually made it to become too odious or too stated, but even without then, even after then, even outside pandemic, do you get, even if there is no pandemic, you actually need to, as a business owner, as a business builder, you need to actually have a financial contingency plan. So, any question at this point? Do we have? I don't think so. Okay, let me check the Q&A. Okay. We did examination and assessments after the whole course. Do you want Rahima to? Do you want exam? Oh God. Okay. Is it legal to do this cash reserve? I've been laid off before because of funding stopped. Okay. I was told that the whole funding must be used for what it is budgeted for. We submitted receipts and all. Now I'm in a different place with diverse funders. So, but it's the same budget. Okay. If I understand you better, you shouldn't use a cash allocated for a project for your emergency cash reserve. Do you get? Yeah. In your emergency cash reserve, it is in any project you are doing the project to, unless you are working for the company. If you're working for the company and the company gives you a project, then you are doing the company's project. They've already made plans for everything. Do you understand? But if it is your company, you are bringing out a bill, a quotation for it, you actually add your oversights and you cannot do anything to. Hello, can you hear me? Hello, can I be heard?
Yes, you're clear.
Okay, good. So we can't, you can't be on a project and you use the money that's actually allocated for the project for your emergency cash reserve. If I understand what you mean, but in that your project, there's actually service charge and there's actually profit you have to make out of this. So I'm talking from a business owner point of view. So you can't put in your budget that this actually doing an emergency cash reserve. I don't think that sounds, yeah. Okay, so I think our time is fast spent, fast spent. Okay, must your emergency fund come from your income or salary, or can it be a side hustle? Anyway, anyone, you know yourself better, you know your business. Anyone, yeah. So thank you so much, and thank you, Nima, thank you, Grace, thank you, Market. Hope we actually enjoyed the session. Yeah, hope we did, and see you tomorrow. Yeah, please can we drop our emojis for Mr. Moses? He actually did one. Though network did him bad, or so Mr. Moses, yeah, I see you can actually see the appreciation and the show of love. So well done, everyone, and thank you for coming. And see you same time, same station tomorrow. Be good and have a fruitful week. Bye. So Nima, Grace, do you want to say hi to my people?
Hello, everyone.
Okay.
I just wanted to confirm to them that I know that they really enjoyed this session. Thank you to Mr. Moses.
Yeah. Okay. Well done.